Hello everyone and welcome back to the FM26 Journeyman. My name is Chris and this is episode 21. So last time I saw you, we just finished our second leg game against Cincinnati in the North American Champions Cup. Wins in both legs of that round pushed us through to the next round. In this video we're going to have a quick catch up on how we're getting on in the closing stage of the league, as well as how we're progressing in the North American Champions Cup. And to be totally honest, things are going really well. After the Cincinnati game, we had a league game against our big rivals, Monterey. It was a pretty tight affair, to be honest. As you'll see in a minute, Monterey aren't really having a great season, but on their home turf, they put up a good fight here, and Hugo Uribe cropped up with a really important goal to get us a valuable point away from home. Into March, we had a home game against Puebla, and it was Simas that was back from injury in this one to get us a 1-0 win over the line. You'll be pleased to hear he's still absolutely ridiculous. After the Puebla game, we had our first game against Cibao FC, who are from the Dominican Republic. We got a very easy draw in the North American Champions Cup second round. We absolutely battered them from minute one. I went attacking. I was trying all kinds of funky formations to try and get the score up so we could rest everyone for the second leg. For some reason, we just could not get the ball in the net. We had so many chances in that game. I'm pretty certain we had about 4.5 XG, but it was a comfortable win and we absolutely dominated it. But yeah, we couldn't get the goals needed to just totally rotate for the second leg. So we did rotate, but not full sort of youth team rotate. After the Cibao game, we had a surprise defeat against Toluca, with Neto actually scoring an own goal that did the most of the damage there. We had a disallowed goal in like the 94th minute or something, like literally last kick of the game, that would have tied it up to 2-2 in added time. So we were so close to turning a terrible performance into somehow salvaging a 2-2 draw. It was Seamas with a really tight offside right at the end after Uribe had done really well to pull one back for us. Luckily that was just pretty much the only blip we've had, because we then went away to Cibao in the Dominican Republic and finished off the job professionally. As you can see, it was a fairly rotated squad there. Some players that don't regularly feature for the first team. Some of them are under 21s and under 19s. Some are youth players that I've signed that you won't have even seen, like Coleman, for example, who sadly put in a terrible performance. But we got the job done, 1-0 there, through to the next round. We followed that up with a 3-2 win in the league. A 3-2 scoreline suggests it was a close game, but it really wasn't. We absolutely bossed it, but we let in 2 goals for about 0.4 XG. And even though they had a man sent off, we just couldn't force that home anymore and get some more goals towards the end of that game. I've been doing my absolute best to manage the rotation this season. We've gone deep in every competition. We've had a lot of games. We haven't got a huge squad. We have definitely improved the depth, as you know from the previous transfer window. Those additions have been absolutely key in keeping the level of performance high. We've managed to absorb injuries to pretty much all of our key players in this part of the season. Seamas has been out, Marcio's been out, Uribe's been out, Gonzalez has been out, and Kovac, the goalkeeper, has also been out. So we've missed a lot of our starting 11 players, but we've managed to absorb those losses way better since we brought in that extra depth. Anyway, after the Juarez game, we moved on to Pachuca and another 2-0 win. Simas on the score sheet again. Fernandez, who had initially intended to play as a box-to-box DM. Pep Guardiola is moaning that he's not playing in his position that we agreed to, which is cam. So Fernandez is now playing in the cam slot. Zinedine Zidane Bedoya, who's I'm so desperate to try and make it work, but even in his favoured position just isn't hitting regular good performances, so sadly he's been benched. He'll be our sub for Fernandez if and when needed, but yeah, he's just not making the difference we need him to. After the Pachuca game, we then had a 1-0 win against Querétaro. I tell you what, we'll watch the goal in this because it's an absolute beauty from Dro. Yeah, we're being really patient in build-up. They were proving quite hard to break down. We were probing, working it around, and then up steps Dro. What a hit! Top bins. What a lovely goal. And that was enough to win us the game in the end. After the Querétaro game, we then moved into a first of a triple header against Pumas, the first leg of our quarter-final in the North American Champions Cup. Seamas was on the score sheet with 2. Fernandez picked up 1 also. It was a confident performance. We take a 3-1 lead to the second leg away. After that, we then met Pumas again for the middle sandwiched fixture of the triple header. Seamas and Moreno got the job done for us. It was a reasonably rotated squad for that one. We then played the third game in the triple header against Pumas, the away leg, winning it 1-0 in a really professional performance. We dominated the game. We didn't give them many chances, and it was Seamas who cropped up, as it usually is, with the winning goal to seal the 1-0 win away from home, taking us through to the semi-finals of the North American Champions Cup, 4-1 on aggregate. We then had a league game against the underperforming Cruz Azul. As you can see here, I did a full rotate. This is, there's not a single player in here that's a first teamer anymore, which shows us two things. It shows that the squad's come on a really long way here, because Castro is alright. Neto was a first teamer as early as halfway through this season. Viher's been a really key player throughout this save. Moreno is an excellent deputy to Seamas. Lainez, again, has carried us a lot of this time at Tigres, so now that he's our second choice, it just gives us a lot of depth. And Zinedine Zidane Bedoya, who is a bit of an enigma, is still struggling to get decent performances out of him, so he is second choice, I'm afraid, now, but hopefully he can still chip in with some contributions. He's had a few, but it's just not really working for him for whatever reason. So we got those 3 points over the line. We were then drawn for the next round of the North American Champions Cup, and we got the hardest tie. New York Red Bulls, the team I was not looking forward to facing. And we played the first leg at home and won 3-1. It was a very good performance from us. I think being able to rotate the squad's been huge for us here. As you can see, we got into a 3-0 lead inside half an hour with the youth product Omar Cortez popping up with 2 goals. He's been really good this season. He's progressing really nicely. 18 years old now, improving all the time, got great potential. Hopefully he can push on and achieve that. He's by no means our best player. He's probably the worst in the team, in fact, but he's now a starting 11 player and he is improving, so that's really cool to see. And Enzo also cropped up with a goal. His attributes are just, look at that. That is absolutely disgusting, isn't it? Those mental attributes, good God. He's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So ridiculous. The only disappointment with this result was I was pushing really hard to try and get a fourth and fifth goal and just kill it dead so we could get it done at home. And we ended up letting in a really late goal on the counter. I overcommitted us forwards. We were really pushing, brought on a load of fresh legs to try and ram it home and get that fourth or fifth. And yeah, we've possibly given them a way back in. They only need 2 goals at their place now to bring it back level. So we've got a lot of work to do in that second tie. Even 3-1 it sounds comfortable, but it's FM. Nothing's ever comfortable, is it? So that's going to be a challenge. We then had the Chivas Guadalajara fixture. Again, a team that's not been doing particularly great this season. They're sort of lower end of the table. I actually checked the form guides and their home form is actually not particularly great. They're actually better away from home, so I felt confident doing a full rotate for this one as well. So the same process we did again. Whole 11, not a single first 11 player there from us, apart from Padilla, who's currently our number 1 at the minute with Kovac injured. But we went behind early from a corner, near post header, but we then ramped it up and got 3 goals to win 3-1 and finish the closing stage. So let's have a look how the closing stage ended up. So a pretty impressive performance there from us. We finished on 44 points in the end, 8 clear of Leon, with a huge goal difference, only letting in 10 goals in 17 games, only losing 1 game. A really solid performance. We are undoubtedly the dominant force in Mexican football now. So we're going to have the knockout rounds coming up. Obviously we automatically qualify for the quarter-final as we have previously. We're looking to go back to back with 3 of these sort of half-season trophies. Obviously, we haven't been drawn yet because they play those other preliminary rounds and stuff first, so we'll have to wait and see who we get drawn against. But that's not really the important thing here, is it? We're here to try and knock down the North American Champions Cup, so let's go back to where we were. We have the final fixture left on our fixture list here, which is a sea of green for the most part, and I'm very happy about that. We've got the second game against New York, away from home. The squad is looking good. I've already picked the teams. Everyone is fit. Even the bench have got some decent sharpness for once because we've been rotating quite a lot. You haven't seen what I've done tactically because I've changed over the last few months. I've changed to this sort of weird 2-4-3-1 system in possession, which has made us a lot more attacking. I've changed the wide forwards back to wingers, so we're focusing on staying wide, stretching the opposition. You've got Fernandez working with Pumas in that central area. Cortez is pushing up and offering another goal threat. Dro is absolutely bossing it, pulling the strings from deep in the pocket. And the wing backs are just bombing on and creating overloads down the wings. It does leave us somewhat exposed to the counter. Sometimes we get caught transitioning between our in possession formation and the out of possession, which obviously everyone floods back, gets in this sort of 4-2-3-1 defensive style formation we've got for the out of possession. But I'm really enjoying some of the football we've been playing in this style of football. We're still set up in the tiki-taka style of play, so it's lots of patient build up, working the ball into the box, not rushing things, just waiting for that opportunity. But I just think we've got a level of quality now where we tend to find those opportunities. Even coming from the wing backs are just so good, just getting and creating things. Okay, so the next time you see me will be for kickoff in the second leg against New York Red Bulls. Let's do it. Okay, we're underway here. Marcia into the box. Fernandez. Cleared. We have a 3-1 lead from the first leg, don't forget. Very strong team. Probably our best, apart from Kovac, the keeper. We're not really missing anyone. Seamas is in behind. And we have an early goal. That will settle the nerves nicely. 7 minutes in. 4-1 on aggregate. We are looking strong here. It's a lovely ball. In behind from the youngster Kurate. Seamas, what he always does. Lurks on the last man. Gets in. Clinical finish. So good, man. So good. I think that's his 38th goal of the season. What a player. What a fucking player. And that puts us in a really strong position here. Like I said, we really dominated the first leg. But when you let in that 92nd minute goal, you just think, oh, could that really cost us in their home leg? But I just think maybe we are just too strong now. This is a really good group of players we've put together here. Karate again doing damage down the left. Lund comes in and clears. But we're back in the box. Seamaster Fernandez. It's 2-0. It's 5-1 on aggregate. Seamas with a lovely little layoff. Fernandez hits it on the half volley. Coronel in goal can't do anything about it. And 17 minutes in, it's almost tie over here. It's a great little nod down from Seamas. First touch Fernandez. Hits it. Oh, Coronel maybe could have done better there. It was kind of straight at him, but it had a lot of power behind it. And we went a little bit route one there. Header from Sakic. Basically ended up as a through ball into the box. But yeah, the lads look fit and raring to go. We've been able to rotate so well this season. I've never ever, probably been playing FM in Champman for like 25 years. I'm not sure I've ever been able to rotate like I have been this season. The second half of this season, I've been rotating so well. We've not had to rest a single player all season, all of this closing stage. It's weird. This split season in Mexico, I kind of feel like it's like two completely separate seasons. It's so weird. It kind of is in a way, but opening stage, closing stage, and here's Fernandez again, but it's a corner. So yeah, we've had a really good sort of 6-month period where we've been really on top of everything. We've managed to absorb some really big injuries in that time as well. But we're still pushing here, trying to close this out and make sure this ties dead and buried. The match stats are looking pretty grim reading for Red Bull New York right now. Here's Padilla, who stepped in brilliantly as our sort of backup keeper. Bought him as a cheap Mexican backup to Tapia last season. He didn't play a game all season. We sold Tapia in the last window, obviously, for a lot of money. And then Kovac got injured, so Padilla has had to step in, but he's a very good, competent ball-playing goalkeeper. Also is a sweeper keeper, so we've been able to benefit from him coming out and claiming things and playing things out sort of up by the halfway line at times. So yeah, really impressed with him. Here's Dro pulling strings from deep into Fernandez. Seamaster Marcio, chance here. And it's 3-0. Wow. What a performance this is. Against who I think are probably the strongest opposition we've got left in this tournament. I don't know who's going to be in the next round for us, but I think they're going to be worse than Red Bull. And it's Seamas again with a lovely little layoff. First time. Just on that diagonal for Marcio to run onto. The team's playing some beautiful football here. I think this formation change has just done so well for us in an attacking sense. We do look a little bit vulnerable to counters sometimes, but we're just creating some beautiful goals. It's these little triangles down the wing here, like those little sort of like number 8 overlapping runs. And Seamas is there, it's 4-0. And that's what I mean, those little triangles, you've got Uribe there, Huescas on the overlap, cutting it back across. Seamas is always there. Oh, it's disallowed. I'm not sure who was offside. Looks close, doesn't it? Must be Huescas. They're just offside, perhaps. That's a shame. But it's nice to be scoring that kind of goal. That's what we're all about. Patient, controlled build-up. Exploring the spaces, and then punishing teams. And this has been a phenomenal performance so far. Away from home, big crowd, hugely important game, lots on the line, and we're still going for it. I think Red Bull are shell-shocked. All their match ratings are terrible. They've not had a shot yet. They've barely had the ball, to be fair. Here's Dro into Cortez. Marcio in the box. Karate to Marcio. Can he cut it back? We've won another corner. Looks like it's going to be Dro to take it, but we're not going to see it for some reason. And we build down the right again. Here's Uribe. Huescas is making that run again. And there he is. Cortez into Huescas. Uribe. Switches it out to Karate. Marcio to Dro. Fernandez to Marcio. Moving it around lovely here. Another corner for us. Just before half time. Can we add another goal? We can't off that initial ball, but can we off second phase? Here's Dro to the back post. Oh, Uribe was there. Sakic into Marcio. That's a great ball. And that's a great save too. Wow. Absolutely peppering their goal. Another corner comes in. Uribe will collect it. Back to Karate and Uribe. Oh, this is lovely play. Oh, it's offside. It's probably going to be half time now, but we've been excellent. 3-0 up at half time. Red Bull need a miracle now, really. 5 goals in the second half just to get level. Okay, no changes at half time, as you might expect. Uribe's had a relatively quiet game, even though he's been involved in a few of those moves down the right. Here's Ashford in behind with a chance though, and he's put it wide. That was a huge chance for them. Oh, that's a bad miss. He's on a 6.2 rating, and that's probably why. Really lacking confidence. Here's Karate winning it back in the left wing back position. Cortez, deep line playmaker, into Fernandez. Marcio's going to go down line. He does get tackled though. Oh, that's one of our former players from Busan. playing for them. Hyun-jun. How random. Okay, the lads are fired up. Let's do this. Can we extend our lead here in the second half? We're working it around like we always do. Marcio, that is odd. They've conceded another corner. Half an hour to go. Here's Seamas to Fernandez. Uribe's there, goes low and hard, but it's saved down low to Coronel's right. But we're still threatening. But they've got a chance to get forward here. "24-ish minutes left. Fitness-wise, we're doing fine because I've been rotating the squad. So we don't need to do anything. Here's Yang Hyun-jun, our old player. Good lad. Forging a new career out in America. And he's going to punish us here. Oh my word. That's another huge miss. Was that bloody Ashford again? He's on a 6 rated. He's having an absolute nightmare. They could be 3-2 here. Okay, lads, we need to be doing better than this. Here's Seeley, who scored against us in the home tie. Bergren to Lund. Hyun-jun into Ashford. Bit of sustained pressure here from Red Bulls. Probably too little too late, but we don't want to start letting in goals here. Let's bring on Lainez. Bring on Araujo. That'll do for now. Okay. 15 or so minutes left to play. It's Coronel with the goal kick. They're still playing it short, but go long there. Beat our midfield there. In behind. And here's Ashford again. Can he put one away? He can. What are we doing here, lads? Disallowed. He was offside, thankfully. But, I mean, he could be on a hat-trick here. Wow. What a terrible defensive line that is from us as well. Wow. Okay. Done another fire up because we really slacked off here a little bit. Okay, into Rocher. Big tackle from Sakic, but we don't get the ball. Padilla will gather. Apparently that's a corner. It looked like he kept it in play. I'm not sure how that's working. 10 to go. Here's Dro and Cortez. Can we put them under some pressure to finish this game off? Dro out wide to Marcia. That's a great ball. Cuts it back. Gets deflected into a Rebels player. Here's Araujo. Down line to Lainez. Cortez with the long effort. Oh my word. Great save from Coronel. 5 to go. Biggest game of our Tigres reign so far, this. We're getting very close to the end goal here. I mean, we're through, aren't we? We're not only 5 goals in 6 minutes. I know FM was bad, but that's not happening. Are they going to go along? Yeah, there's a new tactic of just punting it long over our midfield. Okay, we've got minutes to go here. It's Dro with the corner. Can we seal it with a bang? We can't, but we get another corner. That might be it though. The whistle might go here. And there we are. We're in the final, lads. The final of the North American Champions Cup. It's our chance to finish this leg of the story. I assume it will be a two-legged final. Everything in North America seems to be a two-legged final, so we'll see who we get. Thank you for watching this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, drop us a like. If you fancy following the story along, hopefully we can get this over the line, and then who knows where we'll end up. So drop me a sub if you want to keep following. If you fancy saying hi, drop into the comments. I'll reply to everyone. Thank you for watching. See you next time.